What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Ka Intuitive. I'm Kai, and yeah, I'm gonna kind of basically just dive right in. We're in my bedroom. We're in my bedroom. I have been watching Jurassic Park, which was like my all-time favorite movie when I was like about 3 years old. I would say Jurassic Pot, Jurassic Pot. Um, but anyway, I have been watching it, well, not have been watching it, but I watched like the first one and the third one last night with my bearded dragon Sprout. And I don't know if you guys are familiar, but uh there's this scene where like it cuts to like the um museum, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the museum, but it's like a bedroom. It looks like a bedroom, and it's like all the Jurassic Park merch, and like they have like this like little light going. This light in my room right now, you can set different settings and colors and stuff, and I was feeling this color because it's giving me Jurassic Park vibes, like that particular scene. So when it's like kind of peaceful, even though like they're very much not in a peaceful environment at all, and like dinosaurs are trying to kill them, but I'm like, yo, like it's still very much a vibe. So anyway, I am here for a hopefully quick video. I can't make any promises because I'm very long-winded. My last video, I think it was a supermoon video, the Taurus supermoon video from last week, was very much a lot per usual, but I had gone into kind of talking about uh like how I plan things. Like that was like the beginning of the video. I started talking about how I plan things, like how I use my planner, and like how I, do whatever, right? To get my like months like grounded in the month and like be very like boom, right? So I'm like taking kind of like the bull by the horns, so to speak, like every month, right? And I started going into it a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a different video so that people can, if they want to watch that aspect, like if that's something that interests you, then you can like go this way. Or like if you're just here for like tarot, then you can go that way. Honestly, I'm really just kind of trying the waters, like about this entire channel and like what I'm actually going to be like focusing on. I don't think that there is much of a focus because that's the way that I live my life. There's really no focus other than to learn, and like sometimes it's going to be tarot, sometimes it's going to be just a conversation, like I'm going to just talk. Sometimes it's going to be big, as my friend and I call them ponders, right? They're big ponders, big wonders, right? Things like that. And you can tune in or not tune in. And I'm not getting paid from this. Like this is really just like a hobby. And yeah. So today's episode, today's show, today's channel fucking installment, I don't even know, video, wow, is all about planning. And I talk about it all the time, every time, because I want people to know that my rising sign is a Virgo and my sun sign is Aquarius. My moon sign is Gemini. I say this because I think it's a good introduction, in the sense of like, I don't know where people are going to start watching me, and I don't know where, I don't know which video, right? And so I want to give that insight up front, at least for right now, just because I think that it's I don't know, I think it's informative. And like my audience, if they're pretty well versed in zodiac and like natal chart stuff and everything, they can kind of be like, they can kind of know from those maybe a little bit, like if maybe it's going to be a good fit or whatever, to like listen further. um but yeah, I don't know, I just think it's important for right now. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to start up with just kind of getting into how I plan my months. Now, excuse me. Um, I, so this year, I've always messed with like, how do I make myself better? That is a question of the ages. For all the ages, I have been in every lifetime. How do I make this better? How do I elevate myself? Like, how do I not be the person that I don't exactly like right now, you know? So I have gone through a lot of like self-help things, whether in books or just in my own intuition of knowing like, okay, this might work for me. Okay, no, maybe I should try this. Maybe I should tweak this, whatever, whatever. What has worked for me this year that I'm going to continue into next year, that the time of filming this, it is the year 2024. It's November 21st, the first day of Sagittarian season. So holla to my Saggies. I love you guys. Mwah. Y'all crazy. Stay crazy. It's their day. It's their season. So anyway, yeah, the first, see, I have fucking such bad ADHD when I have things to say and then I'm like, wait, what was I saying? So bear with me. I don't really edit videos. Not yet. I'm not really in a space where I care. One day I might care. But anyway, for now I don't. Anyway, yeah, I have plans. I make them and I try very hard to execute them and finish them to the best I can. It has been very hard for me as a person who is neurodivergent, which I hate even saying that now because everybody is. It's so trendy. It's been trendy all my life apparently. I just didn't know it until now. But I have a really hard time finishing things that I start or I will start them and then back off, completely forget about them for a year or 10 and then pick them right back up again. And like, oh, I'm going to do that thing again. I like it, you know, and then I don't like it anymore or I don't really care. It's not even that I don't like it anymore. It's just, it becomes something that I'm like, I'll do it later, whatever. And then I move on to some other thing, right? But I never get to completion. And that's something that I've always struggled with all my life long. Willpower, some might want to say, but also it's just like being neurodivergent and feeling like there's so much that I could do that I almost do nothing or I like spin out on it, right? I get kind of like self-obsessed and obsessive and like focus so hard on something that I just kind of go like I kind of like fizzle out. So this journal situation that I've done has been really helpful for me with the type of mind that I have, which is a very big, beautiful mind, not to like no relation to the movie, but a very big, robust mind with lots and lots of thoughts. And, I started this by incorporating spirit because that's really kind of the only thing that makes sense to me, especially these days, is the spiritual practice, is like my spiritual practice, not yours, not everyone's, mine. That makes sense to me. That's about it. Everything else is just kind of whatever it's going to be. So I'll start. Here is my journal of 2024. There it is. There's the proof. It's 2024. It's backwards because it's a camera. And, I got this. I don't remember either at one of the basic bitch stores of TJ Maxx or Target, which I am a basic bitch. So that is not a diss at all. I will be right there with you. And yeah, I got my little basic bitch store planner. And one thing that's it's been very fun for me is it's like now, cause this is my second annual doing it, right? It was very fun, like selecting my planner. And now this year it was different though. I have to say, like, I have selected planners throughout years, right? I don't know what it is this year that made it different. I don't know if it's because I'm like, look, girl, I had to get real with myself. Like, you're getting grown. You're getting real grown. We got to stop this little baby shit, right? Like, I had to get real with myself. I think it's a mixture of that followed with and coupled with like, who is it? Like, what are we doing here? Like, where's the plan? Like, what are we going to put into the physical? Okay. You have this wonderful energetic body that just can't seem to fucking figure out how to be a person. And it's like a very silly way of putting it, but it's true. That's the best way. And I know I'm not alone in that, right? I know I'm not. Where it's like I know I'm here and I know I'm people, but it's very difficult to put what's in here and in here and like be that person, because it's fucking scary, because this isn't a world for that. Look, like it's just not, it doesn't feel safe to be all that is going on up in here, right? And to be taken, I'm like, I'm not prepared for the rejection. I'm not prepared for it. I don't want it. I am also, I will say this here, I am a Leo Chiron, okay, honey? So I think I'm either 10th or 11th house. I can't remember. But I am a Leo Chiron. And if you don't know what Chiron is, it's the asteroid of, basically it's the wounded healer. It's where healer. It's where we like carry this like open emotional wound, soul wound, is actually a better way of putting it. Where, it's like, it's through the darkness of like exploring that wound that we're able to come out of the other side and like be all that we're meant to be. That's the best way that I can put it, with the time that I have, which isn't much. But for myself as a Leo, Chiron, I'm not afraid to stand out if I must, if it's like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, here I go. Here it is. I'm like fucking tripping. But if like, it's like look, it's weird because as a kid I could perform and like all this stuff. And then I was told that I was showing off just by like performing and like having fun and dancing and being in my joy. And I think that when that was told to me at such a young age that I was showing off, and it was said in such a like negative, from an adult man saying to me like, you're just stop showing off. It was just like, so like, I was like, I'm in my house dancing around with my cousins and you took the time out of your life to tell me that, and as a kid, that was apparently very difficult for me to hear, because like, it was like from there that I became very overly aware of how I was perceived. And like, so then it was like, okay, well, and I don't know, I've always been like extravagant and like dramatic and thespian and just like all of these things, right? I've always been a theater kid. Like I've always been fucking weird. And like, so like all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're showing off. And I'm like, really? Because I thought this was who I was. And so anyway, it's been a huge part of exploration for me, is my Chiron. So look that up in your own natal chart. If you don't know how to look into your natal chart, I use, what's it called? Astro.com, I want to say. I think it's called astro.com. And I use them, and you need to know your birthday. Hopefully you know that. And you need to know where you were born and what time. That's tricky. So check your birth certificate, and then, birth location, birth time, birthday, obviously. And then you can pull up your chart, and like, don't be overwhelmed if you can't like, fucking understand. That's okay. Just use Google. It's important to see what sign things lie in. It's also important to see what house it lies in, and understanding, and like at some point, hopefully understanding like how the planets interact with each other. But like, it's a whole thing. Anyway, holy shit. This is already really long and I haven't even started. Here is I gotta stop the tappy thing. Here is my planner. And this is my planner from this year. Like I said, I don't know what drew me to it. Mostly probably because it was like a 30-day challenge thing. So let me just jump in. This is my January. This is one random day in January, one random week. And okay. Also I got a special pen. This is my planning pen. Okay, bitch? Don't fuck with me when I have this pen in my hand. I'm thinking. These are and I got it because it represents thought to me. Like, it's the best way to represent the way that my brain feels when I'm thinking, the way that I feel when I'm like writing, when I'm like engaged with spirit. And it felt kind of like a conduit where I'm like, yes, bring it all in, baby. Like, it was just very much like, yeah, my pen. So anyway, I have a special pen. I have a special planner. And I keep it sacred because it's a sacred practice, right? Every 30th or 31st or 28th, right? Depending if we're in February, right? But was this year leap year? I don't remember. I don't care. Whatever. My point, at the end of the month, every month, I have what's called a wrap party. WRAP party. And I named it that because that's when I sit down and I go through my month in review, right? I would go through my month in review where it asks me questions, personal wins, important goals met, key purchases made, how can I improve, goals for next month, excuse me, guides, or I'm sorry. Okay, that was I'm grateful for, and the first thing is my guides. Ways I took care of myself and what I learned. So, in personal wins, I wrote, I made a new friend. But that's what I mean. So, like, nothing is too big. Nothing is too small. Nothing is irrelevant, right? If you feel even like a sliver of celebratory energy, write it down, right? Write it down, because the thing is like what I've understood for my year, it has been that everything builds upon itself. Energy. It's just energy, babe. So like, even if you're small ass little, let me find something small as shit on my thing. I had very huge goals. Let me tell you, I had big ass goals for this year, but I also had really tiny ones. Like I had a goal. One of my goals was to finish 2 books this year. I have finished one. I've actually technically finished 2 books. So I hit my goal-ish. I had been reading one of the books though for years, but I finally finished it. So I'm like, you know what, bitch, that counts. I'm gonna go ahead and write that down. However, if I can push myself to finish a full one beginning and this year, cool. But I'm not holding myself. That was a huge accomplishment. I did that shit. With everything else that I had going on this year, I finished 2 motherfucking books. That's a big deal. Look, okay, here's a goal for next month that I had written in January or whatever. A goal for next month was to check in with my grandfather more and check in with my grandmother more, right? That's a smaller goal, right? Yeah. You know, there's like these teenier, tinier goals that make all the difference. And it, like I said, it just builds the kind of momentum that really kind of push, like, I don't know, it's like you're collecting, the word that just came to mind was stardust, but like, that's kind of how it feels. Like you're collecting like the ability to make like this giant, you're alchemizing your own energy, right? You're taking these wins and you're telling yourself, I'm a winner. I did that. I finished that. I completed that, even if it's small. And like for me with ADHD and any other of my neurodivergent friends out there, right? Like we need that, man, because if you're like myself, it's really fucking, I feel a lot and often I feel so small and like so just frustrated with myself and my abilities or lack thereof. And like, and I cry because it's a very small little Kai part of me, right? Where that place in me just feels so inadequate and just so like, well, why can't I fucking do the things that everybody else seems to be doing? Whether they're happy about it or not is of no, I don't give a shit. They're at least able to accomplish it. You know, they're at least able to, every day they make their bed in the morning. Every day they, you know, go to work and come home and like they can do that all the time. Like that's just, I'm like, for real? All the time? Every day? Like that is like a huge concept to me. And it's not at all, obviously, it's not out of, you know, laziness that I can't do that, right? It just takes what it takes for me. And that's for you too, whatever it is. Maybe this ain't it, but like there is a way. There is a way. Just trial and error, go into your mad scientist vibes. and you'll find it. Um, One thing that I also do, and I didn't bring this up here and I should have, I have a big, not big, huge, but like a good size whiteboard calendar that I utilize to keep, it's like my spirit calendar is what I call it. It's my spirit calendar, where it's very much more so for me to have an eye on my goals every day. So it's kind of taking what's in my planner. Maybe I don't get eyes on my goals. I might have the day and the week, right? But like I don't maybe have eyes on that, right? As every day, or I might forget to look at my planner every day, right? I might, these things happen. And so I have it also on a whiteboard so that I can see like, oh, like I like call grandma, right? Will be on September 5th, right? Call grandma. Or since that was a goal for that month. Does that make sense? So like, let me just flip to a random. So basically it just reflects what is already written. So I write it twice is essentially what I'm saying. I write it twice, and sometimes I even color coordinate things. But that's just that's just me when I have time and when I'm in the zone. But yeah, or I write down quotes that I hear from others or things that it's almost like I'm picking up like thought rocks. Like if you go to the beach and you're picking up a rock and you're like, that's a really cool rock, and you put it in your pocket, or you're like, ooh, I love this, I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna put it back, right? Whatever, right? But you like, in some way there's like this transfer where you're like, I really like this thing and I'm gonna put it here. That's what I do with thoughts. And whether it's what I hear you say or what I hear from a TV or a movie or a song or thoughts that just come in, I fucking observe like a motherfucker, and I take it all in, right? I'm like a little I'm like, what is up? Ooh, I want to know. I want to know everything. And if you can go tell me that's okay, because I'm going to just watch you. I'm going to just watch instead. So yeah, I'm weird. So yeah, this one's a cute ass one, right, you guys? Okay, so here's personal story time. So Mother's Day. It was my first Mother's Day with my mom in years. Like we're talking like a decade or more. It was my first Mother's Day that I got to spend with my mom and my grandmother as well. And it was very, very special. Let me tell you, my son's father used to keep him from me on Mother's Day. He would be like, that's my day. Sundays are my day. So like even on Mother's Days, he would keep him from me. So like my Mother's Days historically, like in the last decade, have been really shitty. Also add the fact that like there were other factors there that had nothing to do with my child and family, but everything to do with my partner's family members that were not very nice to me during Mother's Days because they felt maybe threatened or in competition with me. That's fine. Blessed. Anyway. But it just historically had just never been a good day for me. And also like, to be very, very real, like I had a very estranged relationship with my mom for a fucking long time. And, so to celebrate Mother's Day with her and surprise her, she didn't know I was going to come. She lives in Washington, where I'm from. I got to surprise her, and she was like, Shakira. I will never forget that. I actually just sounded like her. It was just very, very special, and I got to have that. And like, I wrote it down. You know what also too? Oh my fuck. There's so much to say and I don't have enough time. Another thing is like when you write it down, you remember and you get to look back and you get to have this special moment and be like, damn, that was a good ass year. That was good. Even though like things were not perfect and wonderful all the time. And like there were really hard parts of the year, and there were parts of this year that I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why am I alive? I hate this. I hate this place. But there were so many other sweet, gentle moments where spirit was just so there. And I'm just so grateful overall. Just life is it can be really great even if you're fucked. Even if you're fucked. So I had that. And I had like little like blurbies. There were also times that I didn't write anything. Like I might have had one little fucking line, which was "Wrap party, you're almost there, babe," which was a note to myself in April. I was almost done with my with school, my semester in school, right? And then like underneath May, I say "Step up and step out." I don't know what the fuck that talks about, but at the time I needed that, But like I was saying, with my other calendar and stuff, I will draw cards. So during my wrap party, when I sit down with my planner and I sit down with my calendar, before I write a fucking thing, that's actually not true. I will write the day, right? I will write the numbers on my calendar and I will write the month and the year, right? So I'll write all that. But before I do anything else, I will write down, I will draw an oracle card. Now, the beginning of the year, I started with one set of oracle deck, with one oracle deck. Then, kind of as the year went on, I started switching it up a little bit. This month, November, I drew from my vampire oracle, which if you're familiar with any of my videos so far, I use my vampire oracle specifically for shadow work, specifically. So I was very much like, what is the light in the motherfucking darkness, right? Like that was my question. Who am I in this last fucking push, right? To the last month of this year, right? Who am I in November, right? What do I need to do? What's my anchor? What's my point of reference when I fucking be forgetting? And the card of November was hope, right? Bitch. And if you watched my last video, you know that I received full custody of my son on November 15th. So, that was beautiful. That was a very beautiful month. November has been and still is a very beautiful month for me. Not without severe stress and severe anxiety and severe sadness, great senses of loss in some aspects, right? Beautiful, right? But yeah, big transformation. And the thing is with that, I want to say is, isn't that life? Isn't that just all that it is? And, with shadow work itself, something that I've been very much about since, well, honestly, I work on I don't wait for seasons. Like when it comes, it's happening. Right. And so I work on it through the summer. It can be fucking the most beautiful day out, springtime, butterflies and shit in the air. And I'll be like in my house, like motherfucking Edward Scissorhands, like, what's up? So I, here's a little blurby that I wrote. When the urge comes to create, do not hesitate. So stupid. But it's not stupid. It's cute. You are transformed. So this is the month of August. Oh, I was talking about shadow. Yeah. So like when it comes to, so all about shadow, right? We're just trying to integrate. We're trying to be all that we are, right? And we're trying to acknowledge every part of ourselves, even the parts that are scary or we don't like, or we're like not interested in. I love my shadow. I love her. She is fucking fierce as hell. And I needed her very hard to get through November. I needed her presence. I needed her to make herself known. Not necessarily to like, I needed to be able to understand where I was in everything. And I can't understand where I am if I refuse to ignore, or if I choose to ignore parts of myself that I might not be so familiar with, And one thing that I'm not very familiar with is like, it's very hard for me, which I think people that are kind of close to me would be like, really? But like people that are really close to me know this. It's really fucking hard for me to be like, I win. right? Like, I don't even know how to say it. I don't know what the word is for that. It's not gloating. It's not anything, but it's like, it's almost hard for me to celebrate a win. Like, truly. Like, or not even that, but it's like everybody else can tell me, like, Kai, it's really, like, you deserve this, or and I'm just like, okay, yeah, but like, moving on. Like, I don't, like, I don't need to engage with that. Like, it's hard for me to engage in celebration. It's like, I always joke that I'm the Great Gatsby. Like, I'll throw parties for my friends and stuff, and then, like, I'll want to go inside to my house and, like, just let them, or in my room, and, like, let them do what they're doing. Like, it's almost kind of like that. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, it's not important right now, but I would even there would be days too, you guys, that I just will flip to a random day and, like, point to the day, and I would write in self-care. So, like, if I had work that day, I knew as it was coming up, I'd also write it on my other whiteboard. If it's coming up, I would know, okay, I'm calling out this day. What do I want to do? I would plan a date for myself. There would be days that I would also have day with little Kiki, right, which is my inner child. So I would schedule days to hang out with her. And that just kept me grounded and in all parts of me, in the village that is Kai. Like, I was very much a part of it. I was very much on council, very much present, as much as I could be, while also having to maintain a home and a family and a partner and a child, and a social life and a job and school, and going to the gym and, like, making sure. That was a big thing too, is like, I started, like, realizing, like, how much I needed to sleep more. Like, I stopped sleeping like 8 hours and I started just adding more hours on. Like, I think now my average is about 9 or 10 hours, right? Like, getting really, really, really good sleep became very important to me. Having a really nice bedtime routine became very important to me. But I think, I truly believe that it all, like, I started being able to add these things, or, like, recognize these things, because I was keeping myself, like, open by being more clear, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's pretty much how I could definitely go into even more, because that's just who I am as a person. I even bought myself, like, a cute little pouch too. It matches my thing. It's not, like, perfect color, but I didn't even plan that. But I brought, as I told you, I have this, like, special pen, and then I also bought, like, a pack of pens too. So these are the pens that I use as well. These are my special pens. I do not share them. They're mine, and they go in here. And then I have my, like, whiteout and my highlighters and, like, anything else that I like. And then I'll carry, like, a little tarot deck in here too sometimes. So that's that. I accidentally found, really quick, and I'll shut up, but I accidentally stumbled across my now 2025 planner, which I didn't plan on doing, but I found it, and I was like, oh, this is it, and this is what she looks like. I'm big and into gold, and I love gold. I love gold, and I love green. It's my favorite color, and when green and gold are together, it's just so it's right. It's correct. I got this one. I found two. There was one, and I took pictures of it on the inside. Like, I took a bunch of, like, pictures of the thing, because it was, like, how to organize your home and your life. And because I've been very into, like, feng shui, and I really want to get into that more. It's just very difficult to do, because my partner loves to collect things and loves, like, clutter. I don't, and so it's very difficult. It's different. So it's a work in progress for 2025. But that particular planner, I almost got it, but it didn't leave enough space to write, and I'm a writer, baby. So I was like, no, I can't get this. But I took pictures of the facts that this person had in their planner of, like, how to do a checklist. And I plan on basically blowing that up and making my own on the internet, on the computer, and, like, printing it out and keeping it in, like, a binder or something, because I'm insane. But yeah, I was like, I really like this concept, but I don't like the planner, if that makes sense. So This planner works for me. It's small enough to fit everywhere. I like that it has like a birthday list. You couldn't see shit because it's like totally white. But it gives a lot of space to write. So like I have my normal, you know, the standard method, right, of like adding things into your day. You have a habit tracker, priorities. It's 3 priorities for that week. I also really liked that. That's another thing really quick too. Like chunks, small baby fucking bites, right? Even if you just plan 3 things for the week, right? 3 things that need to get done. And don't let up on yourself. Don't let up on yourself. And if it happens where like, because things are unpredictable, put it on your the to do for the next week and get it done. Like don't let the month run out and you're still like, fuck, I didn't do that thing, you know? But yeah, so I picked this one basically because it has the most journaling space. It has like real journal space. And it's like a couple pages like that. Like, hey, how many? 1, 2. Oh, okay. Oh no, 3. 3 pages. No, 2. Okay. Well, maybe I got really carried away on that. It don't matter. I'm going to get a journal anyway because I always get a new journal once I run out of my other one, which I almost am. I'm using it right now though as a stand for my microphone as a support. Anyway, there it is. There's that. I'm going to pull one card from my Luminaries. My grandma, or no, not my grandma, but I got this on Mother's Day. Not on Mother's Day. It was like actually like a day after. But my grandma and I went to like a crystal store, a little spiritual store. And, you know, that's where she got me some cards. My Kuan Yin cards, Oracle deck. She got those for me. And then I got these for me because I thought they were just super interesting. And they're like sacred geometry. And I'm really into that. So they're called Luminaries. And it's a prism for change through reflection and transformational art. And I love these. And I just kind of wanted to get... Oh, that was silly. I kind of wanted to get like a little luminary for us, the collective, as we move from November into December. If you follow me on Instagram and you watch my stories, then you know I am counting down completely. I have 7 more days until I will allow myself to start Christmas decorating. I just don't want to start too soon. Okay. You can never start too late, but you can absolutely start too soon. For me, personally. Okay. So, Spirit, what are we doing? What's December? Or what's our energy from December to November? What do we need to recognize? What can we journal on tonight as we curl up in our little cozy spaces and let ourselves drift off? Sorry, that was probably horrific on the thing. This one is speaking to me. It looks like a piñata. Ooh, my eye. Ugh, my son and my husband are home. My son just got a haircut. They're going to have to unlock the door for themselves. Blessed. This is so, like, feminine and beautiful and just so, like, following and honoring your path that you're on. Just, like, honoring all that you are, all that, like, honor where you come from in order to really, like, honor where you're going. My son's going to bust through this door and show me his haircut. So I apologize, but such is life, yo. But beautiful. It's like reminds me of like cherry blossoms. It reminds me, it's just so much of gorgeous. Yeah.
Can I come in?
Yep. Really quick, I'm trying to film. Wow, honey bun. You look amazing. Let me see. Sorry, it's kind of hard with the light right there. Oh my gosh. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm. And I got the powder too.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. Okay. You're shake and rake.
Yeah.
Vasto.
You going on YouTube?
I am trying. Yeah. I'm almost done and then I'll. Yeah. Oh, you got a design?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Okay, squiggle. That's cute. All right, baby. That's
Love you.
love you too, sweetie.
You're good.
I'm good. Thank you. It's got a little I'm going fast. Anyway. I'm obsessed with In-N-Out coffee. Like In-N-Out black coffee is my shit. Anyway, I'm so sorry, you guys. So this is our symbol. This is our luminary. And I'm really feeling so strongly, like I was saying, like just like an honoring of your path and going with the flow and letting it blossom and unfold as it needs to and not interrupting that process. Just letting it like not like even when you feel the urge to resist, try to see like what is the lesson here? Like what is trying to be unearthed or brought up from this experience, right? Like if you can, right? I have to do that a lot in therapy because a lot of the times I be like acting in my head, my ego is like, bitch, I already know this. Like I learned this shit. You know what I mean? Like I get like that. And then I have to actively think to myself, like, why are you here then? Why are you here, Kai? Why did you sign up for therapy? Why is it so important? If you know how to do all of this, if you just know all the things. And when I get in my own face is when I usually take a fucking seat because I'm the only bitch I respect. I respect enough to be like, all right, you're right. Okay, so let me find this luminary. It takes me a second because it's definitely different. Is it one of these? Yeah. It's called Love Child. And did my baby come here or not, y'all? Page 8. Symbols. Also, individuality is coming through. And the reason why is because I wrote individuality on one of the months. I don't remember. It could have been a spring month, which would make... No, it was probably actually August. I wrote an 8 around there. And I almost said something to you guys. And then I was like, I don't need to say that. That's weird. But here we are on page 8. So, Love Child, page 8. Let me see. Okay, you guys, here we go. Love Child, a vibration of the numbers 5 and 10. Something to consider. You know what? 5 and 10. Really quick. What did I say? Okay, so if I look at, it's like looking at the midpoint of where you're at in your journey and seeing how far you've come, that 5, and looking at the rest, right? The next 5, right? It's like the story of like, completion, yes, but more than that. It's giving like it's about the journey, not the destination kind of vibe, right? Take a look around. Take a look around in your life right now and see how far you've come and see not how far you need to go, but see it's almost like you're looking back and you're like, yeah, that was a lot, and if I can do that, this is nothing, right? Or because I did that, this is going to be beautiful. This is going to give me the exact dose of what it is that I most need, right? It's only up from here kind of stuff, right? Very much like you did the legwork, you laid the foundation, and now here we go. Here comes the climb, or here comes we're almost there kind of a thing, right? Protect your innocence with your discernment that knows what is safe and what is not, that knows what is healthy and what is not. That speaks a lot to the experience, right? You have experience now, so because of that first 5, now you can discern. And like when you have that gift of discernment, baby, first of all, no one's gonna like you. Let me tell you that. Nobody's gonna like your ass, but get comfortable with it. Just be true to what's in here, right? Because you earned that. You earned. Not that that's something to, it's really hard to explain, man. If you know, you know, but you earn the ability to be quiet within the self and to trust what you know without having to perform is the word that wanted to come out. I don't even know what I just said. I need to hurry the fuck up though. That knows what is healthy and what is not, that knows when others are helpful and when they are not, then wrap seriousness in cotton candy while you explore the world with childlike wonder. Exactly. That's that first 5 to the next 5, right? That learning fucking curve, that fucking like I'm getting it out the mud type shit, and then I've got it out of the mud, and now we're moving, and we're moving with higher vision, higher understanding, right? A reflection on Love Child. Prepare the way for Love Child by bringing home the innocent child self that has been so buffeted, bitch, I don't know what that means, by life's experiences. Remove the sign it carries that says to those around, take advantage of me, or take care of me. Take responsibility for life through your discernment and through your choices so that this little one feels safe within your nurturing strength. Love Child may then tiptoe in, spreading its peace and harmony like warm honey, sweetening the most painful emotions, surrounding and healing wounds too deep to fathom, gathering all to infinite source. I just want to talk again. Look up your Chiron. Okay, we talked about all this shit right here, and here it comes to the culmination, the little kiss on the fucking letter before we put it in the mailbox. Living from the strength of innocence. I'm gonna read this slow. Living from the strength of innocence means accepting self and others, even while being judged. Like I said, ain't nobody gonna like your ass after this. Choosing from infinite possibilities without restrictions, and living with no expected outcomes. All is given and received without strings attached. A gift of love. A message from Love Child. I am a fragrance of earthly compassion leading to an embrace with the eternal. My pearlized refraction within the harmonic core requires complete openness, responds with empathy, and brings in hope and joy of the divine child. I retract my energy if forced, yet expand like the fragrance of opening flowers in spring if appreciated. Questions you might ask. What does childlike wonder look like in my life? How do I balance playfulness and seriousness? Applying Love Child to your life. Eat the frosting first. Walk barefoot in the grass. Jump rope for fun. Blow bubbles. Write to a friend just because. Choose a new color to wear. Draw hearts with a pink crayon. Listen to the birds. Wear something fun for dinner at home. That's cute as fuck. I'm going to do that. Play dress up with a special child. My baby. Play touch football. Carve something with a jackknife. Drink Kool-Aid. Remember your best day as a child. Beautiful, you guys. Okay. All right. With that, I'm going to shut up because this is almost an hour long. Bless you. Cheers to you. Enjoy your night, your day, your evening, whenever you're watching this. I don't know. And I'm going to go hang out with my kid. Love you.